Swarupa Isha Jagadisha Akhilananda Swarupa Isha Mahesha.
There is a place in the Himalayan region, approximately around 14,700, 14,800 feet above mean sea level, which is known as the Kantisarovar. Kantisarovar means a lake of grace. It is called a lake of grace because this is where the first yoga program happened over 15,000 years ago. The first yoga program, this was the site, the bank of this Sarovar. There's a whole lot of stories why geographically it happened here, because Adiyogi was not here earlier, he was elsewhere. It's lots of stories, but I will not go into the stories, okay? So, he happened to be there on the banks of this lake. And this is where, with 7 disciples, he started his first yoga program. This place is very significant in the whole planet. This place is very significant because it's in this place, for the first time, a human being perceived that if we strive, we can evolve. Adiyogi, when he spoke about evolution, I know the theory of evolution is 150 years old, you know. Last year was the 200th birth anniversary of Charles Darwin. At the age of 54, he propounded, so it is less than 150 years old. But Adiyogi spoke about the evolution in a certain way. He said, first the divine manifested in the form of fish, life underwater. You heard of at least the Indian people, you heard of the 9 avatars? Or avatar means only a Hollywood movie for you. What has happened? 9 manifestations of the divine. The first manifestation in the form of a fish, life underwater. The second manifestation, tell me what's avatars? Matsya avatara and then what? Kurma avatara, which means a turtle, that means an amphibious life. The second manifestation of the divine is amphibious, half in, half out. The third manifestation is Varaha avatara, divine manifested in the form of a boar. Why a boar? Why it's being referred to as a boar, the third manifestation is, among the mammals, which is the basis for the making of a human being later on. Among the mammals, one animal which is most strongly rooted in its body is a pig. You can't kill a pig easily, do you know this? See, in where we are, the yoga center, the tribal boys, they're going to school, if they see a deer, 3, 4 of them corner it, with a stick, they'll kill it. One thing, they will kill it. So easy to kill a deer. But a wild boar is not like that. You break its body, it will not die. It's very, very strongly rooted in its body. So if somebody is very physical, you say, oh, he's like a pig. Yes or no? Because physically, it's a very rooted life. So the next form of the divine is Varaha avatara as a wild boar. What is the next one? Narasimha avatara, which is half man and half animal form. The next manifestation of the divine is Vamana avatara, a dwarf man. Next one is Parashurama Avatara, a full-fledged man but emotionally volatile man. So volatile, he lopped off his own mother's head. Such an angry man. The next one is Rama Avatara, a peaceful man. The next one is Krishna Avatara, a loving man. Next one is supposed to be the Buddha, a meditative man. The next one is supposed to be a mystical human being. So this need not necessarily mean that one person. They're talking about humanity evolving, life evolving in a certain way. So this Adiyogi said over 15,000 years ago. Does it run very much parallel to Darwin's theory of evolution? Yes or no? It's nearly there, isn't it? In fact, it's very much there. So this was said 15,000 years ago, not 150 years ago. And then he said, as human beings, physically, you have evolved to a point, further evolution is not possible unless some dramatic changes happen in the solar system. It's very uncanny. About 4 years ago, the neuroscientists came up with this fact that human brain cannot evolve further. You can learn to use it better, but it cannot evolve further because the only way it can evolve is either you must increase the size of the neuron to become more capable, or you have to increase the number of neurons. If you increase the number of neurons, clarity will be lost. This happens to many children. When they're born, they're brilliant, but they can't do anything properly because there is no clarity. It takes some time to shed some of the neurons, reduce the number of neurons in the brain and then they become stable. But otherwise, they're all crackling, they can't do anything straight because there is no clarity. If you increase the size of the neuron, the power or the energy that it consumes is too much. Right now as you sit here, in a resting state, when you sit down, 20% of your calorific energy is being consumed by your brain right now, even if it's not doing anything very creative. Yes, in a resting state, 20% of your energy is being consumed by your brain because brain is a very high energy consuming part of your body. 20%, it's a small thing. So much body consumes 80%, this much brain consumes 20% of the energy. If you increase the size of the neuron, the volume of energy that it consumes will become such, the body cannot sustain it. So neurologists are saying human brain cannot evolve further because the physical laws will not allow it. The laws of physics will not allow it. So he said physical evolution is finished according to the laws of physics. That's a modern statement. Adiyogi said, unless the dynamics of the solar system changes, which means unless the physical laws change on the planet, evolution cannot go further than this. But you can evolve in ways which are not physical. And there is a way to do it. If you strive, you can evolve. This is the most dynamic and creative process for a human being, that the way you are right now, whatever limitations nature has fixed upon you right now is not concrete, is not 100%. If you strive, you can cross these boundaries. So this idea and the possibility of evolution and the technologies to evolve, as to what you can do to evolve, this happened on the banks of this Kantisarovar, about 6 to 8 kilometers above Kedarnath. It's not a touristy place, it's something you have to trek in the snow, otherwise you won't make it.
Shariram surupam yatha vakalatram yashascharuchitram dhanam merutulyam gurorandripadme manaschena lagnam tata kim ततः किं कलत्रं धनं